Hey, I wanted to shoot a quick video for you today and talk a little bit about our chickens and kind of how we incorporate them in our farm. And so obviously they think I've got food, so they're coming over here. But the chickens that we have are obviously they're very free range. What we do is we put them in this electric netting, and then we also run a little hot wire, as you can tell, around the bottom of the of the fence. That's just to keep stuff from trying to dig underneath the electric fence. This whole netting is electrified, so what it does is obviously it keeps chickens in, and it keeps coyotes and other stuff out. So but anyway, so we move our chickens, we keep them on fresh grass, and we obviously try to promote a really healthy environment for them. So that's why we keep them moved, and that's why we keep moving them. We move them just all around our farm wherever there's a new fresh patch of grass. And so I think it just whenever you get them on fresh grass, they get to scratch around, look for bugs, and as you can tell, I think that's what kind of makes a chicken happy, is them being able to express the chickiness of the chicken. So but anyhow, so just a couple of benefits of having chickens. So obviously there's eggs. You get eggs from chickens, and if you want to use them for meat, I guess you can. We don't use ours for meat, we just use them for eggs. And they also they take care of a lot of your bug problem. They fertilize your grass, and they also mow your grass, because they will graze on grass. And they also eat our table scraps. We don't have to put our table scraps in our trash, so we bring them out here and throw them to the chickens, and they seem to devour them within just a couple of minutes. So what we do in the wintertime is we'll actually take these chickens, we'll put them on our garden, and we'll let them eat down the weeds and whatever has taken off in our garden. They take care of a lot of the bugs, and they also fertilize the garden whenever they're doing that, because their droppings are their manure is a pretty potent fertilizer. So we never put fresh fertilizer on our garden from the chickens, just because it's a little high in nitrogen. It'll end up burning the plants, but after it sits and composts down for a little while, it's really good stuff. So that's kind of how we incorporate our chickens on our farm. So what I did here is I want to show you kind of real quick. What we do is I built these little chicken coops on pallets, and that's just so I can move them with whenever we do move them. I can just what we do is just pick up this fence, just go around, get the fence up, pull the fence up, and then the chickens will go up into the coops, and then I can just pick it up on the with the forks on my tractor, on the front end loader on my tractor, and just pick it up and then just move them wherever. So they're really easy to move, and those chicken coops are just made out of spare wood that we've had laying around, or spare metal that we've had laying around, and we just whatever we can find laying around to make spare stuff with, we do. So it's fairly inexpensive, and you just got to be somewhat crafty with what you're doing. But we never have any major problems with our chickens. I mean, they're fairly healthy. We don't have to give them, wormer or any of that other stuff that some of those probably caged chickens have to get. And we do notice a good, definitely a better quality egg. The egg will be, the yolk will be a lot tighter, and it'll be a lot richer, and it'll be almost really an orange color. The yolk it'll be a really dark color, whereas if you get an egg from the grocery store, You know, it's probably a really light yellow, and it's real flat whenever you put it in the pan. But anyway, that's kind of how we do it here. We, you know, I see some farms, some farmers, they keep their chickens pinned up in a pen, and they don't ever let them get on fresh grass or bugs or anything. And I think that's real unfortunate. If you don't have time to keep your chickens, if you don't have time to keep them up correctly, keep them up right, then there's no sense in really having them, because they're not gonna benefit your farm. These chickens really help us out here. Actually, they don't realize how much work they're doing for us. But what'll happen is whenever we do pull these chickens off this grass right here, we'll let this grass grow up, and we'll let it grow up pretty high, and we'll cut the hay on it, and then we'll actually keep the hay for the winter, and then we'll turn around and give it back to the chickens in the form of bedding, and also they'll scratch and peck through it and eat the seed that's in the hay, and whatever bugs try to get into the hay. So they do a lot of work for us, and I think they have a great time doing it. I'm just glad they're not penned up, cooped up all day in a little pen with no grass or no bugs to eat. So anyway, that's how we do it here. Hey, if you're in the Middle Tennessee area, come and see us. We'll be at the Mount Juliet Farmers Market this summer, starting in May, and I'll certainly post updates on our Facebook page. But like and share this video with anybody that you might think might benefit from it. And if you have a chance to get you a couple of hens, a couple of chickens, and incorporate them into your homestead or even your backyard. If you have any questions about it, give me a call or just shoot me a message. I'm happy to answer any questions and let you know what pains we've had over the years keeping chickens, and what's been successful and what hasn't worked. So happy to answer any questions. Thanks so much.